All right, folks, today we're going to talk about hope. I love hope, and I love it when it doesn't hide what's great now. So, I come from a trauma background, and I work with clients who come from trauma backgrounds. One of the recurring things we get to work on is that later will be better. So that's an idea that you developed in your situation. And it wasn't wrong, right? It was pretty much the only hope you had. After you exit that situation, and then you have to take ownership of the patterns that you developed in response to that situation, and all the cool choices you made from that mindset and their effects, you can make a new choice about now. So I hear you in that what you carried out of that situation is heavy and probably sharp and awkward and maybe even overwhelming. And if you were like me, unaware of your unawareness, you might have also ran out into life and made a lot of choices that weren't that good. But we're not going to judge those because honestly, that was what I was doing, okay? If I judge old me now, you know what I do? I make me now feel bad. For what? That version, she's just living, she's just trying, doing the best with what she had. So in recap, hope. If you come from a compromised life situation, something traumatic, and you develop in response to that environment, you might have developed thoughts about yourself, ways to respond to the world, and all other kinds of cool coping mechanisms that didn't really serve you outside of that environment. That's okay. It's okay. Let's just give ourselves a little hug for all that, because fuck, you know? In that compromised situation, you needed hope to get by. You needed just that little bit of sparkle in the sky that maybe, just maybe, this isn't forever. You learn to think that later will be better. And then after you left and you brought all your shit with you and the new shit that you made, you also still needed that oh my God, I hope we get somewhere. But as you do the work, as you correct the patterns, the thinking, as you take responsibility in new ways, as you unvictim, as you whatever, hope has to have a different place in your life, because right now is probably a lot better than it was, right? And if you're not careful, you can continue to live from the idea that you're not there yet. But why wouldn't you be there? You're here. Let's get there. It's okay. You can still have junk in the trunk. You can still have things that you're working on and still fucking love yourself and take inventory of what is good within you and around you. Both things can exist, even though the trucks still go in that direction, even though there's still work to do. Now is okay. So the hope that you're holding could be for more greatness rather than out of here, not here, not this. More love instead of no love, can't get love. Allow your thinking to progress to include what you have now, so that hope is an amplifier and not this rope swing to God, somewhere you hope exists. And when you shift it like that, it opens up the present for you to see more action you can take, more power you can claim. And action to me is not just what you do with your hands. It's also the actions that you take at a thought level and at a feeling level and at an interpretation level. Those are all choices you make. We make the choices automatically till we don't. But you have these actions that you can take toward your target, toward what you're hoping for. And today's message is that while you're continuing on that path, It's okay to look for what the starlight has already brought you, that star you've been trucking towards, sometimes wanting to rip out of the sky and slam down, like it's there. And it also has likely brought a lot of an improvement and sparkle to your life now. You're no longer in that circumstance. Even if you're in a circumstance now you don't like, the more power that you claim, the more present that you are, the more hope you have in your hands, the easier it will be for you to progress your situation. If you're interested in working with me one-to-one, you can go to theselfhug.com, and I have client reviews there, more about the work that I do, and also the opportunity to do a free try me call to see if we're a good fit. And those, they're super easy. When we meet, you'll tell me about where you are, what you're working on, where you're trying to go, and then I'll say like, oh, well, it looks like this from here, and here's how I could help you if I can help you.